afternoon, parents, and thank you for joining us today. Today's presentation will show you how health and PE is important. According to the Melbourne Declaration, the Australian curriculum will provide a strong focus on literacy and numeracy, but also allow students to nurture their well-being through health and PE. This is a mandatory learning area of the curriculum that allows students to develop skills and understanding to positively influence the health and well-being of themselves and others. Physical exercise is planned, structured and repetitive physical activity that improves or maintains fitness. 80% of adolescents do not meet the daily physical activity requirements, so a curriculum that encourages students to lead healthy and active lives is key. Focusing on the curriculum, we can see on the right that the learning area is split into two strands. Both strands are interrelated and support each other. There are 12 focus areas. These allow students to demonstrate the knowledge, understanding and skills. Health and PE can be integrated and connected with other learning areas such as science. By incorporating general capabilities and cross-curriculum priorities, the learning is relevant, engaging and rich. Participating in regular physical activity is central to a child's health, development and psychosocial well-being, helps to achieve and maintain a healthy weight and provides positive effects on sleep, mental health and concentration. Regular physical exercise improves fitness, including coordination and movement skills. Fundamental movement skills are foundational learned movement patterns. Proficiency is a key component of the Australian curriculum. Catching is a manipulative skill that involves being able to absorb and control the force of an object with a part of the body, usually the hands. The ability to catch is important to most sports and games. It is expected at the end of Year 1, students should be able to attempt to catch a ball with two hands. Students must practice and develop their catching skills with an emphasis on fine-tuning. Students can work in pairs to throw and catch, or catch balls that are rolling and bouncing at varying heights and speeds. As students will vary in ability, there are opportunities for differentiated or extended learning. At Year 5, students have mastered catching with two hands and can catch one-handed with their non-dominant hand. Time is spent adapting and modifying skill. A Year 5 lesson could involve a fun warm-up game involving catching, then a game of cricket, allowing students to finesse their catching skills. It is important to consider the learning environment when planning health and PE lessons. Students have a diverse range of skills and capabilities. Lessons must allow all students to access the learning and improve their understanding and skills in a way that best meets their needs. Safety aspects such as water breaks, warming up, stretching, cooling down are considered, as well as risk management procedures. For catching practice, outdoor spaces must be clear of tripping hazards and flat. The Australian curriculum promotes equity and excellence in education. Every student has the right to access the full curriculum. Teachers must create personalised learning that aligns to each child. All students are entitled to learn, and by removing barriers and allowing access, all students can participate, including those with a disability. The tree model is a practical tool that can support teachers to adapt and modify an activity to be more inclusive for students with a range of abilities. The teaching style, rules, equipment and environment must be considered. Our school follows a whole school approach in offering inclusive health and PE lessons. Firstly, it is important to know our individual students and what we can modify. Regarding catching, we can use beanbags or walls for rebound catching. Tabletops or floor space can be used. Government policy helps to guide and inform our lesson planning for health and PE. The Disability Standards for Education ensures that a student with a disability can access and participate in education on the same basis as others. The standards provide further guidance on rights and responsibilities. Our school inclusion and diversity policy can be found on the school's website. This ensures that all can be included and able to participate, achieve and thrive. Our school is safe, inclusive and supportive, and the school has a legal obligation and duty of care to make reasonable adjustments. The safety policy ensures that lessons and sporting activities are conducted safely. Teachers must have regular first aid training. Activities, environment and equipment must be safe. This includes regular inspection and maintenance in accordance with WorkSafe. Let's now look at the importance of health for primary age students. Teaching health encourages students to be aware of their physical, emotional, spiritual and social health. By being aware of their sense of self, students can have a positive effect on their own health behaviour now and in the future. This helps to reduce the prevalence of measurable unhealthy outcomes and improves health indicators for future generations. Health as a core component of the curriculum provides students with the skills, knowledge and understanding that they need to flourish as healthy, safe, active and informed individuals. Students learn resilience and can build and maintain satisfying relationships. They learn to challenge discrimination, assumptions and stereotypes. Health and PE is shaped by 5 propositions. These provide the framework for learning and ensure that it is delivered with relevance and meaning. Now let's look at the focus area of relationships and sexuality. Many parents are uncomfortable or reluctant to educate their children about important or sensitive topics. Students are given the knowledge and support to develop and strengthen their ability to make conscious, satisfying, healthy and respectful choices regarding relationships, sexuality, emotional and physical health. At Year 1, the topic of My Body could be taught using the Catching on Early resource. Students would participate in activities and worksheets exploring correct terminology for body parts and internal sex organs. Students could use simple games to understand feelings, differences and similarities. Year 5 students exploring the same topic will spend time understanding physical, emotional and social changes that occur during puberty. Puberty changes for both males and females will be explored. Students can work in groups to identify these. Some students may already be going through puberty, but it is important to understand fully the changes for both sexes. Learning about sensitivity and respect is also important. Having a healthy school environment helps to validate and reinforce the learning that we do in health and PE. Using a whole school approach and health promoting policies and processes ensures we have a positive school culture. The topics of consent, respect and help seeking are relevant for all ages. We understand these topics are sensitive, but they're highly important. Bullying is repeated, intentional words or actions against another student that has caused distress and a risk to their well-being, be physical, verbal, emotional, or even online. It is important to seek help if it occurs. Our school prides itself on its positive school culture. Although bullying does occur, there have not been any situations recently. Studies show that teaching the sensitive topics in health education helps to reduce bullying and sexual harassment among students. Students are well versed in the school's expectations of behaviour. These clear, consistent and reasonable expectations are communicated regularly. Students understand that they can speak to their teachers, wellbeing staff or the principal if they need advice. If bullying was to occur, these are the steps that the school would follow. Bullying would be reported and communicated with parents, staff and wellbeing. The school bullying prevention policies and procedures would be enacted. It is important to be confidential. The school would determine the reasonable steps to take to address the bullying behaviour and if punishment is required, wellbeing support would be offered. It is important to provide regular communication with parents. Once dealt with, it is important to reflect on the situation. Consider if it is a school-wide problem that needs to be addressed and use reflection to guide future processes. Thank you for listening today. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of the importance of health and physical education curriculum at our school. Lastly, here are some websites that provide further information regarding bullying. Thank you.